Welcome back, everyone. It's me, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I turned $500 into $50,000 in just 1 year. Maybe some of you guys are familiar with my story already, but for those of you who aren't, let me tell you how I did it. So last year around this time, I had around $500 laying around, and I wanted to try my hand at investing it into something that would hopefully turn a profit. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about me, I'm sure you're thinking, who is this kid? How is he even going to make money investing $500? Light. But for those of you who have been following me for a while, you probably have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about. Anyway, I remember going on to Twitter and asking people which cryptocurrency they thought I should invest in since I only had $500 to my name and I didn't want to risk losing any of it. So I put out the tweet saying, looking for a coin to invest $500 into, any suggestions? And then almost instantly, someone responded to my tweet and said, Solana, do your research. So I took his advice and I started doing my research on Solana, and that's basically where my story begins. I spent around a month researching Solana, watching YouTube video after YouTube video, trying to figure out exactly what this technology was and what the use case actually was, because from what I could see, there really wasn't one. But I kept hearing people talk about how Solana was the Ethereum killer and how it was going to take over the entire industry and become the most valuable cryptocurrency on the market. So I decided to take a chance on it. The first time I bought Solana, it was around $26 per coin, and I only had about $300 to spend. But I bought as much as I could, and I remember waking up the next morning to a 100% gain. After that, I decided that I needed to buy more, because I was hooked on the idea of being able to make that much money in such a short period of time. Fast forward to a few months later, and I ended up buying in again at around $80 per coin. I had around $400 to spend this time, and I remember being so happy with myself for being able to make that much money in such a short period of time. And then a few months after that, I bought in one last time at around $150 per coin. Now, throughout all of this, I was also getting paid to write content for various websites. And after a year of writing content for them, I had around $10,000 to my name, and I knew exactly what to do with it. I took all of that money and I dumped it into Solana. A few months after that, Solana hit around $250 per coin, and I was up around $50,000 in profit. It was literally a dream come true. I couldn't believe that I was actually making this much money in such a short period of time. Throughout the rest of the year, Solana continued to go up, and it eventually hit around $300 per coin. That meant that I was up around $70,000 in profit, which was insane. But unfortunately, right before we rang in the new year, Solana crashed down to earth. In fact, it dropped all the way down to around $22 per coin. I lost a ton of money in a very short period of time, but luckily I held on to it and waited for it to recover. A few months after that, Solana started to go back up, and I ended up selling near the top for around $260 per coin. After selling, I was left with around $50,000 in profit, which was honestly more than I could have ever imagined. If you would have told me back when I invested my $500 that I would end up with $50,000 in profit a year later, I would have laughed in your face. But it happened, and I'm so grateful for it. Because of this experience, I realized that cryptocurrencies are a viable way to make money. And if you're willing to do the research and you're willing to hold through the ups and downs, then you can make a lot of money in a very short period of time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my story. Let me know your thoughts about cryptocurrency in the comments below. And if you want to check out some of my other videos, feel free to click the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and until next time.